Hi, my name is Eloise Skinner. I'm an author and a psychotherapist. I'm also a former lawyer and law student, and I'm a consultant here at the Profs. And I'm going to talk to you today about whether you should reapply to university. Now, if you're thinking about reapplying, you probably will be in a certain type of situation. Obviously, reapplying to university isn't necessarily for the vast majority of people who will accept their choice of their top tier university. Or for people who are going through clearing or people who are going through the apprenticeship scheme. So for people who are reapplying, it's really only people who are in a certain type of situation. Now, the most common situation is if you missed your grades, but you think you want to have another go at the application process. And again, this isn't everyone, because if you miss your grades, as we have said in previous videos, if you want to go and check those out about what to do if you missed your grades for your offer, there are many, many more options than reapplying to university. Things like clearing, taking a year out, taking an apprenticeship scheme, going to another type of university, picking your insurance choice instead of your main choice. But let's talk about the situation in which you feel that it would be beneficial for you to try again throughout this entire process. And the question is really, should you do that, or would it be successful? If nothing has changed in your personal statement, if nothing has changed on your admissions tests, remember for many admissions tests, you can't carry over your result from last year, so you may have to retake the admissions test again, but let's assume, you get a similar kind of result. If the overall picture of you as an applicant is the same, you are really risking just getting the same decisions again. And so if you're applying to the same universities again, they may well just see that nothing has really changed in your status. Same thing for other universities that have similar requirements. You may just be judged to be not a competitive candidate for that kind of course. So what I would say for people who are thinking of reapplying is that something in your application needs to have significantly changed in order for you to be successful reapplying, especially at the same universities. So this could be, for example, retaken A-levels that are significantly higher than they were. Obviously, this is going to be the case if you missed your offer and now you're reapplying to that university with retake grades. Could also be, or in addition, could be a significantly better personal statement that is more supported by supercurricular development and more supported by evidence and books and materials that you can put in there, that you've done more things, you've done more reading, you understand more, you have more critical evaluation of what you've learned. Could be a significantly higher score on your admissions tests. Could be, could be a better performance at interview for those who are reapplying to Oxford and Cambridge. But ultimately, you want something to have shifted in your overall application because you've taken a year out or because it's a year later. So they're wondering, what is different from the previous year. So I think one of the best things you can do if you're thinking of reapplying is just figure out how you can elevate every single aspect of your existing application into a sort of more competitive application across the board, so that when you do go back to universities, especially if you go back to the same ones, but if you go back to different ones as well, it just looks like a much more competitive application. And remember, you can spend this year really productively if you're taking a year out and reapplying. You can do work experience, internships, you can attend lectures, webinars, podcasts, listen to podcasts, read blogs, or start your own podcast about your academic subject, or there are so many different things that you can do during the year, and I think you want to show off a really good range of those commitments so that the universities can see that you haven't just kind of gone up through A-levels and suddenly kind of dropped off and then started to reapply, but actually you've gone up through your academic study, then you've maintained that sort of high academic ability, and now you're ready to step into your undergraduate studies. You may also think about doing some kind of course during this year. I think it's a good indication that your academic or intellectual abilities are just kind of staying on that same level or even heightening to a further level from your A-level studies. If you can show that, you haven't just dropped out of all kind of study altogether, you've actually been doing kind of self-led study or something relevant to your subject area. Now, if you have the reason why your previous application was unsuccessful, you obviously need to address that reason. So if you know, for example, your personal statement was too weak, your admissions test score was too low, those are the things that you need to work on as a priority. But also I would recommend working on everything. So it's going to be a whole kind of reevaluation of where you are and trying to up level really in every aspect, not just in the singular aspect that you got feedback on, although that will be your kind of most important priority. It's important to think about the practicalities of reapplying. Having a year out means that obviously if you're not in school, that you'll have a lot of time on your hands. You're going to have to think about how to use that. If there's any kind of financial pressures that you need to be earning money for a certain year, or you need to find somewhere to live, or you need some kind of external support, please do think about all of that before taking a year out. What I normally say to people though is that if you're worried only about how long it's going to take, or like having that year where you feel like, oh, it's a big gap between school and university, that is something I wouldn't worry about because it goes very, very quickly. So you think, you get your results in July, August, you've got maybe you've got August to kind of think about what to do next. From September to December, you're going to be reapplying. So that will be another cycle of your application process. Then from January, February, you'll have whatever offer that you're going to take and attend in September of the next year. So in terms of time not doing things or time just kind of waiting, it will really only feel like February or March until September or even August of that year. And again, you may be doing things like retakes. You probably will be doing things like work experience, internships, maybe you've got a part-time job or something. So you will be doing stuff during that year and it won't feel like very long at all is what I would say for most people. And then finally, it's really important to mention that many people are successful reapplicants. I've seen many people be successful in their reapplication journey. I think you really have to figure out what the narrative is behind your reapplication story. Like, why are you doing it? Because it is unusual. It does set you apart from other candidates. It's not the typical process that most people work through. And so I think you need to know exactly what is going on for you, why it's necessary, why it's important, what you want to achieve. And then with that kind of narrative behind you, you can then kind of add in your abilities and skills and the things you've achieved over time. And ultimately, you can be successful in this way, maybe even at the same university. If you're reapplying to a university that you didn't get into the previous year, it can show resilience, commitment, determination. You have to be willing to accept that it may not work. So it is a risk that you can take. But in terms of your overall career path, you may be in the workforce, unfortunately, or fortunately, for the next 50 years or more of your life. And so thinking about that time period, you can see how taking a year out between school and university is not going to massively defer or delay your process into your first career. So I would kind of alleviate any worries about that and just say, figure out, is it right for you? Is the question. And then the second question, what are you going to be able to do to make your application elevated or improved from your previous application?